Never buy a Clayton manufactured home from hell, part 5. And in this video, we are continuing to document the fraudulent inspection of this criminal state inspector who works for the corrupt Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs Manufactured Housing Division, Jimmy Turner. So we had left off part 4 with Inspector Turner failing to document 32 of the items we had expressed our concerns about. Some of these items were severe and compromised the safety and structural integrity of the home. He was also captured on video colluding and conspiring with the service manager of Southern Energy Homes and Clayton Manufactured Homes, Charles Grimsley. He was also captured on video instructing State Inspector Derek Scroggins to do a little trick photography, and this is it. Inspector Turner absolutely needs to be prosecuted for this. So let's head into the house.
Guys, go inside.
Alright, well, we have cracks. Sandy! Sandy!
Got lights here.
Yeah, you want the lights on?
You say cracks, but something here. Trim?
Nah, there's... That's the same. Cracks all over. No, not in the trim, in the wall. See that somebody does a patchwork there, but you know what, that spot out there where it had a big gap out there, big. There's a crack going all the way up. Now, according to Mr. Wells' expert witness, Eric Tompos, who attended the second consumer complaint inspection, he writes, maximum wall bow, 9/32 inch living room west wall. But it's 7/16, which is 14/32. Now, this gap is a code violation, so how come it didn't make it into Inspector Turner's report?
Can I get a picture of that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go either way. It's the same thing.
Mr. Paul, you said his windows will keep correct. Yeah, which
The window's in here. These ones. This one had mold. Shorty took this off and got the mold out. But they had these windows not leaking. We would have never known any of this.
So he's already fixed it.
Well, he fixed it, but it's still leaking.
It's like this is
So
the materials. That's
when you can look up there, somebody had tried to fix this. We have pictures of this. Somebody come in here and put silicone up there and then just painted it. They knew this wall was coming apart. See how the tape is? Now watch Inspector Turner ignore that separating wall. Separated?
So those are those cabinets?
Uh-huh. Were you here when this was done?
All right, anybody worked on this? Anybody got any information? Short information. Short you do any work in here? On
The cabinet's down.
I took it down.
You took it down?
Mm-hmm.
2019 was a pretty wet year. And every time it rained, these transom windows in the office leaked, even though Shorty had put silicone on them a dozen times. So whatever they were doing wasn't working. So I set out to find the leak myself and noticed that this corner looked a little weird. So I got my flashlight and I crawled up on this countertop, and there's a little 1" by 4" gap in between the cabinets and the wall where you can look up. And this is what I saw. I thought it was water damage when I was looking up there. So I sent Mike Barling, the salesman who sold us the home, a text message. And I told him that I want these cabinets removed so I can get a clear picture of what's behind them. You can only put a Band-Aid so far. So I sent him another text, and I said, this is the corner closest to the leaky window, water damage all the way up to the ceiling. Well, they know something's going on with that corner. That's why they put silicone in there and used their finger to apply it. And there ain't no way they're taking those cabinets down. So I took the cabinets down, and this is what was behind them. Now, they tried to hide this. And this part here was up behind the cabinet. They didn't paint it. But they knew that this corner was doing this. And they tried to hide it. And they were pissed off that I took the cabinets down. It's not water damage at all. The exterior wall had pulled away from the interior wall. And they're trying to hide it.
Oh, it's the cabinets, see?
Yeah, the cabinets. There was this much, because these windows kept leaking, right? So I'm trying to figure out where the leak's at.
I see right here.
And I'm looking. Yeah. So I'm looking, and there's this much of a gap. There's this much of a gap right here and right here. So I crawl up here and I got my flashlight, and I could see this, like this. And I sent them a text. I said, look, there's something going on here. So, I mean,
So the gap
This-
is just like that when you took them down?
It's actually gotten a little bit bigger because this was sealed. Now the tile's coming apart.
So you came out, this is what you saw? The cabinet's already down?
Yeah, it was already there.
Okay, and that's
Well, when he first come out here, they were not down.
No, when I fixed all the trim right there, the cabinet still was there.
Did you take pictures of what you fixed after you fixed it?
Yeah, I took pictures of this.
Okay.
Did you take pictures of the mold underneath there?
Yeah.
Because we have pictures of the mold.
Spray carbs and everything.
So,
He sprayed Clorox and everything. This home should come with a lifetime supply of Clorox.
but the windows continue to leak. So I'm looking for the leaks. That's when I look up in here and I can see all this. And then I sent a text to Mike at Clayton, and I said, look, there's something going on here.
what is this, the utility room?
This is office.
Office? Okay. Utility room, right. Okay, what are these little windows called here?
Transit windows.
Transom?
Yeah, transom.
You want to watch that again?
What is this, the utility room?
This is office.
Office? Okay. Utility room, right. Okay, what are these little windows called here?
Transit windows.
Transom?
Yeah, transom. You already, that's the one.
Nice, huh?
Small, non-opening window.
Yeah, they're not designed to open, they have doors.
Did you hear that? Inspector Turner said they're not designed to open, but he has no idea what they are.
What is
sealed on the outside. More than likely, that's what happened.
Well, I mean, we have documentation that it's been sealed on the outside at least 6 times.
Okay, all right.
So, you know, I'm thinking it's coming in from the roof, coming down here,
Well,
and coming down.
if you come in the roof, I see some water stains coming in here somewhere. Right here. Well, see, this is where the cabinets was, so it's kind of hard to tell. But I don't see any.
Well, we had a mold guy come in here, we got an inspection, it's on the table. Now they pump these houses out so quickly that they hang the cabinets before the paint is dry. And that's what you see here, because this paint is stuck to the back of the cabinets. Now, these homes are people's largest investments. And the fate of these homes lie within the state inspector's hands. And look where my wife gets to stand. My wife had a stroke in 2019 and has a compromised immune system. And my wife cannot get in there to express her concerns because all of the people Inspector Turner ordered to attend this inspection.
Hey, let's look at it. You know, kind of looking around. Look at how he did this. You see how that? You see how that door cut like that?
Yes.
Let's take a better look at this door, huh? I want you to see this door didn't shut. So they came and cut off the bottom of the Clayton Homes repair crib. And when they cut it off, they didn't even bother taking the door off. They just cut it with the door up. Yeah, that is the guy on the street. And in doing that, they cut off the bottom support. So then the door was all flimsy. And instead of getting a brand new door, they decided to hang this vinyl covered sheetrock on here. To make it rigid again. Then when they get to put the doorknobs back on, the screws weren't long enough. So they just crammed them in there. I don't even know what happened to that one. You know, this is how they've been fixing everything. Put it in here. I mean, you know, up there, it's rubbing. That's probably why they cut it.
I'm sorry, which way? Oh, okay.
It's tearing off the trail.
Let me take a look inside this first corner.
There are probably about 100 tears in the plastic underneath. Where rodents or anything else can come in here.
Underneath where?
Underneath the house.
On the bottom board?
On the plastic, yeah, underneath.
Okay. David, did you know the holes in the bottom board?
In the plastic?
No, I didn't notice any.
Yeah.
Where this?
No, underneath the whole thing all the way around.
No, I didn't notice any holes under there.
Oh, well, there is. He was looking at the block. He was so wrapped up in the block.
Yeah, blocks are so bad. I don't recall seeing. If it was holes, I would have noticed it. Big holes or small holes?
Well, they're just tears, you know,
I
in the
would have noticed
plastic.
that. Yeah, I would have noticed that. It may have happened during transport.
Okay, let's move on, guys.
What's wrong?
But that's a bedroom.
Okay, we need to look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get that.
It's it's.
So you want to go do this? Well, this here, you know, look at how this door. Let's stick out a half inch up here, and this flush at the bottom. This wall, you can see it does this. All right, the trim all the way around.
Okay.
Now look at the cabinets up here. They're falling off.
Well, what you're seeing right here is signs of settling, sir. And you say you have construction experience. I don't give a daggone what you build. You can build a site-built home, manufactured home on concrete slab. There's going to be some settling. It's going to happen.
So if the house was settling, these cabinets would still be touching the ceiling. Looks like only the cabinets are settling. Does that make sense? No. Here's the roof. Here's the roof of the front piece. All the debris on top of it.
Where is this at?
This is, well, underneath, as soon as I turn the water on, I see it leaking. I go underneath there, and it's underneath.
Wait, is this happening right now?
No, but I'll say it again. Can you believe that this guy is inspecting these homes?
Fix this?
Yeah, well, Shorty fixed the plumbing.
Okay.
So I go underneath there, and it's dripping because we turned the water on. So I try to find out where it's at. Here's how they run the plumbing. All right? They tape it to the bottom of the thing instead of running it through the 2-inch hole. And that's when I call and say, because this was leaking. So, so anytime it freezes, it's not up in the floor joist.
It should have been a floor joist.
And so then I go, well, I wonder if they did the same thing at the other bathroom. And here's how they did the electrical. They didn't run it through either. Shorty came by, he fixed both of those.
Okay.
So they're fixed now.
Okay.
They're fixed now. So what about somebody who cannot get onto the roof or get under the house? So it's all okay as long as you don't find it, right? So how come these items were checked okay in Derek Scroggins' installation inspection report? Because they were not fixed till after this report was written. Shorty came by, he fixed both of those.
Okay. So they're fixed now.
Okay.
They're fixed now. Here's what the camp used to look like.
Okay.
All right, we have a
zigzag,
video.
okay.
Well, Did you hear him laughing? We don't think it's funny at all. So keep an eye on this guy. In a second, he pulls the service manager of Southern Energy Homes and Clayton Homes over, and then he says something to him. Then watch the reaction of Gary Carr. It's both of those.
Okay. So they're fixed now. Okay.
They're fixed now.
Okay.
Here. See, these two guys are looking at Gary Carr right now, and they don't look very happy, do they? Here's what the camp used to look like.
Okay.
All right, we have a
zigzag,
video.
okay.
Well,
Okay. All right. All right. So these things been taken care of. That's very good. Okay.
They said something, and Gary Carr heard them. And now Inspector Turner's looking at him.
Been taken care of. That's very good. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, if you look at this, I mean, anywhere on the ceiling, all right, you can tell if there's a crack. I mean, there are cracks. There's cracks all over it. You can see cracks all over it. All right. Wherever there was a crack that we had noticed in the first place, they just put a bunch of mud up there. You can tell where. So now it becomes cosmetic, right, Jimmy Turner? They had done it, because I tell you, I mean, look at here. Look at this compared to the rest. Look at that. I mean, there are cracks everywhere. And then, there's cracks. I mean,
Okay.
and there you can see a lot more, but they came in and they just put a bunch of mud up there. Well, we told them, I said, hey, there's cracks. I mean, you can tell because the texture is different from where they did it to where it was originally. So, I mean, this marriage line here, right here, I mean, that's pathetic. You know, look at that. That's,
It's separating.
Where's that? Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
we got nails poking through here.
Mr. Carr, at the marathon here, give me a big caulk here. Seal this gap right here. Whenever you come back short. Oh, sure. Okay. All right, sure. Seal that crack right here at the marathon.
And they got a crack here.
This is the only place I can and will address trim because it's part of the close-up, okay? All the other trim is
Right here.
I look like a texture crack.
All the way down.
Texture crack, huh? Do you know what a texture crack is? I don't think you do.
Well, I mean, look at the beam. Look at the beam.
Yeah, I like the tape right there.
I mean, after they had their engineer come out, you know, and I told them all the things that, you know, and I told them all the things that were wrong. Here's the list that they sent me that they were willing to fix. I color-coded the ones that are the same thing. All right, these are the same. Okay. All right.
So do you think he should have mentioned that list in his report? Probably, huh?
So it turns out that the engineer they sent out from RCS Enterprises wasn't an engineer at all. And here's the list. This is a home building facility, 945 Southern Energy Homes. Look at this right here. It says sold date 9/25/19. You think so? That's 2 days after the home was delivered. So how the hell could you sell it 2 days after it was delivered? So their work order information lists 10 items. So if you look at the list, you'll notice that this one and this one are the same thing. This one and this one are the same thing. This one and this one are the same thing. So they said 10. 3 of them were duplicates. So that brings it down to 7. That's still one more than Inspector Turner put on his report, right? So how many photographs do you think the attorney of Southern Energy Homes and Clayton Homes, Brent Wells, has taken by now? Because we have video of almost every photograph he took. Some of them are flush. It's just
Underneath
the jam. That door hard to open? I mean, you can see daylight through here.
Okay, let me see it.
That's what I was looking at.
Come back in, you can see it. You see it? You see it?
Top right on the side, close it again.
I mean, look at it's you know, you got a ½ inch here, and you got a quarter inch here. Yeah, all the trim. Yeah, my wife has a hard time opening that door.
Have you noticed any? Water, rain coming in when it rains or anything?
No.
That's what we get.
Put it in here.
it's over the cabinets.
Got big games right here. Look at some of this tore out right there. You know, it's rubbing here on the seal.
the threshold. I mean, it was just.
No.
So down here, it's missing, it's broken down here. I mean, the trim's, pretty far out there, but it's flush here. I mean, all the trim, I mean, they just put silicone in there, big brown silicone, I mean. Now, all the trim on the other door, on the other side, painted white. All of this is nothing, It's just, I mean, just all this, nail holes all over the place,
And then right there, the ceiling. You can see, yeah, it's kind of.
Oh, it's a bulb right there. Got a crack right here.
Wait, are we talking about the trim or what are we talking about right here? The ceiling? Okay.
Yeah, the ceiling's about, you can see it go like this. Crack right there. I mean, this one goes behind the trim. This one does not. Stops right there.
So we're going to have to wrap up part 5 of the fraudulent inspection from this criminal state inspector who works for the corrupt Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs Manufactured Housing Division. There's still a long ways to go on the inside of the house, so please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment to all of my videos. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.